2 weeks ago, the arts department at Bash held the Arts Expo. The Expo showcases the artwork of students at Boyertown Senior High. The Expo has been held every year for 30 years and has a little bit of history behind it.
So in '92, a group of students got together and they got with Miss Benfield was her name back then, and they decided they wanted to do something a little bit different, that they liked the idea of an art show, but they wanted to show more talents. So they put on a show. It ended up being like maybe a handful of kids, but one of those kids was Steve Burns, who ended up being Steve from Blue's Clues. And so he's like kind of our local celebrity, and he's the godfather of the Expo.
The Expo also provides money to senior art students with scholarships that will make going to college not as costly.
And so sometimes it's through private donations. So we have a couple people who have scholarships in their names, and they go to different kids. So if you went to a certain elementary, you get one scholarship. If you're going for a certain degree, you get a different scholarship. And then there's one for just general overall great kids. But then we raise money through selling t-shirts, and all that money goes towards the seniors that we think best represent our department.
For seniors, this is their last year for their arts to be showcased at Boyertown. Seniors like Drew Stabilito have experienced a lot here in the arts department at Bash.
My favorite art classes were definitely both animation courses. They were a lot of fun. They really helped me realize what I wanted to do later on in my life. And I also took AP Art this year, which was a lot of fun because I got to expand on my portfolio and on a lot of skills that I hadn't touched up on in a good couple years.
Boyertown's art department has a lot of classes to offer students every year. Some of these classes are split into subjects based upon mediums that you can learn here at Bash.
My favorite medium of art is film. I think it's like the best of all worlds.
Every year, seniors are given a special day to have their art showcased. On May 24th, the Senior Spotlight for Senior Arts will be held.
I'm going to have my animations playing. I was going to have some of the models that I used in the stop motion movies that I made a year ago. And my charcoal drawings, the ones that I have with me, some of them I sent over to the College Board for grading and stuff. But I was going to have like my still lifes and some of my sustained investigation pieces from my AP Art class.
In recent years, COVID-19 has had an effect on most events at Bash, and to an extent had some changes to how the Expo has been run.
It was much smaller this year because because of the shutdowns and absences and kids being in and out in the fall, so we had less work. And then in fact, I had COVID for the last 2 weeks of the semester, so a lot of the kids took the work home. And so it was a little bit smaller, but I think the work was great. I think they did a really excellent job.
Make sure to check out the Senior Spotlight on May 24th. This has been Aidan Yonkunas for Bash TV News, signing off.